Have you ever tried a baked chocolate mousse tart? This is my baked chocolate mousse tart I've just made. It's warm out of the oven. It's got pistachios on top. It's kind of creamy and gooey in the middle, a cross between a souffle and a chocolate brownie, and I've decorated it with some frozen raspberries. It's gluten-free, perfect for a special occasion like Valentine's Day or a birthday celebration. If you'd like to see how I make my baked chocolate mousse tart, come with me and let's see. So the first step for our baked chocolate mousse tart, we need to melt our chocolate and our butter. And I've just got my little hob here. So I've got a pot of water with just a small amount of water at the base. We just want to simmer this so the chocolate and the butter melts. So in my bowl here, I've got 60 grams of butter. I like using salted butter because I like the salted chocolate kind of flavour. But if you want to cut down on the salt, you can do unsalted butter. And I need to add the chocolate. So I'm just using a 70% block of chocolate, which is a 100-gram block. And I'm adding in 80 grams in here to melt with the butter. And then I reserve a little bit to chop up and pop into the other mix. This was inspired by a Lindt chocolate recipe from Australia, but I've kind of tweaked it just to do it with regular chocolate. You don't have to do Lindt, but you can if you want. And they use two different quantities, or yeah, they used 85% and 70, but I kind of played around and made it just 70, so the recipe was a little bit simpler. I probably should have chopped my chocolate a bit smaller. That might take a while. That'll just melt away. And while you're waiting, you can pop the oven onto 190 degrees C with a fan. Okay, I've reserved 20 grams of the chocolate, and we just need to chop that up on a breadboard, and we'll blend that in with the other mix. I'll just make some room on my bench and chop this while I'm waiting for that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Any large bits will probably just melt in the oven. You can also do this in the microwave if you wanted to quicken up the process. You can just do it for a few 30-second zaps. But I like to watch what was happening. So this mixture is just about done, so I'm going to turn it off. I'm just going to set it to one side to cool down. We can remove this off the bench. So the next step is we need to whisk our egg yolks with some sugar. So I need to separate my eggs. So I'm going to pop the whites in one small bowl because I need to fluff those up later. Yolks in that bowl. And I think I just got a little bit of egg yolk in here, so I'm just going to scoop it out. And I got a little bit of eggshell. Not a good start. Try again. And the ones I bought were they said medium to large. So if you've got a large one, large is ideal. But you can just use what you've got. So that's my 3 egg yolks. I'm going to throw my eggshells in the bin. Okay, now there's 90 grams of sugar. I couldn't buy caster sugar, so I just use white sugar here in Sweden. And there's just under 1/4 cup in this little bowl. So I'm going to put half of the sugar in here, and we save half the sugar to pop in with the egg whites. Just going to whisk those together. What I should have said as well, if you're doing an unsalted butter, you can add a pinch of salt into this too. I'm using salted butter because I'm not going to add that. So that mix is lovely and pale. I'm just going to quickly rinse and wash my beaters because I need to use them for the egg whites. Just give them a quick wipe. And if you're new here today, thank you for clicking on, and welcome back if you've already been watching my videos. This one is a gluten-free dessert, so it's perfect for any special celebration where you might have a gluten-free guest. It's also great for Valentine's Day, which is not that far away. I think I looked up, it's only like 3 or 4 weeks away. Yeah, so it's a good one to practice and maybe make for Valentine's Day. Okay, my beaters are washed. I just like to let my chocolate cool a little bit longer. So I'm going to do my egg whites now. So pop that egg yolk bowl to one side. Now I'm just going to make the egg whites bubbly before I add my sugar. I've got the balance of the sugar here, which is the other 1/4 cup. And I'll just add a little bit of sugar at a time. Okay, I've got some stiff peaks, so that's perfect. Grab the egg yolk bowl back, and now we need to pop this melted butter, what am I trying to say? This chocolate mix into the egg yolk mix. Grab your sieve, mine's a bit dirty. And, oops, I've got 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Just going to sift that over the top. We just gently blend that in. You can use your hand mixer again, but I'm just going to do it with this spatula. I love that there's only 6 ingredients, so simple. And you can make it the day before you want to serve it and just store it in the fridge overnight. So I'm going to grab the chopped chocolate chunks that I did before. And just fold those in. And then we grab the egg whites that we whisked before, and I'll just do about a third at a time. And we want to fold them in gently so we don't disturb them, because we've just done all that work on making them more fluffy. I don't like chocolate mousse. I don't know why, I've just never liked it, but I love this baked chocolate mousse tart. Add a little bit more. I'll grab the balance. Checking the bottom of my bowl. Now we need to grab our prepared tin. I forgot to say I prepared it earlier. So I like doing it in a fluted 20 centimetre tin. It's got the removable base, so you get this lovely fluted edge after you bake it. But you could also do it in a 20 centimetre just springform tin. And I've just greased it with a little bit of butter. So I'm just pouring all my moussey chocolate mix into the tin. Just grabbing a knife to scrape the rest off that spatula. Now I've got it on a little tray just to help me get it in and out of the oven more easily, and in case we have a little bit of a leakage. I'm going to bake it for 15 minutes until it's a little bit wobbly in the centre. So the baked mousse chocolate tart is out of the oven. It's still quite warm. I think what I'll do is I'll let it completely cool and then I'll remove the ring, but I'm just going to decorate it for you. So what I'll do is I'm going to add, I don't have fresh raspberries in the house, but I've got some frozen ones, and I thought they would still look quite good on it, just to make it look pretty. And I've got some chopped pistachios here. They're not as green as I would have liked. I'm just going to add them to that as well, and you can serve it with ice cream. I won't put the ice cream on now because it'll melt because it's still warm, or you can serve it with cream. Check that out. That's my baked chocolate mousse tart, gluten-free, perfect for a special occasion or a weekend treat. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video today. Once I cut it open, I'll add some photos above and on my website at simmeringp.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.